Today is Vlogmas Day 20 and episode 25 of Lexmas. Today I'm going to be doing a crime story or case of Tracey Mertens. This case happened around 27 years ago, and I'm doing this case because it did happen around Christmas time and I thought it would be an interesting video for Vlogmas.
The red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it.
I only found a little bit of research on this case because this case is an unsolved case, which is sad that it's been 27 years and I think the case is closed. But this is just all the information that I have found on the case. So I'm just going to do a little voiceover of the case while I do my makeup. Basically what happened is on December 23rd of 1994, a mother of two named Tracey Mertens, who was only 31 at the time, was abducted from her former home and later was set on fire. She sustained 95-degree burns, but managed to survive long enough to give the police her story, but later she would soon pass away in the hospital. How this story happened, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. On December 22nd of 1994, Tracey traveled from Manchester to Birmingham to collect a benefit book. That night, she stayed at her sister's house. The next day, on December 23rd, Tracey visited her former home, which she had shared with her partner at the time, named Joey Cavanagh. Shortly before midday, she answered the door to two men who barged in and asked her where Joey was. When Tracey didn't answer her, they grabbed a hold of her, blindfolded her, and then bundled her into an old yellow Ford Escort. The two attackers were described as black men around 30 years old, big and fat in builds with Birmingham accents, who also spoke in a foreign language which police believed to be what was the Jamaican dialectant PTS. It was said that during the 1900s there was a drug war playing out between Birmingham's top gangs, the Burger Bar Boys, the Johnson Crew, and the Yardie Gangsters. The Yardie Gangsters were made up of men with Jamaican heritage, mostly Jamaican expertise. When the Yardie gangs entered the UK drug scene, they brought a new kind of brutal violence and a disregard for life that had not been seen before in Birmingham. This would later lead to a serious influx of violence between the rival gangs. Some believe that Joey, which was Tracey's partner at the time, likely owed the gang money, so it could be possible that the attackers were actually the Yardies. Because the attackers may have been from Jamaica, it's unlikely the attackers have DNA in the police system. But anyway, back to what happened was after Tracey was abducted, she was driven to Eton Churchyard in Cheshire. This was about an hour drive away from her house to the church. There she would be doused in petrol and set on fire, sustaining the 95-degree burns on her body that I mentioned earlier. Around 4 p.m., a passer, or someone who passed by the church, found Tracey crying for help in the churchyard, and after being rushed to the hospital, she was able to give a little bit of information to the police. A petrol canister was also found nearby at the church. Sadly, Tracey passed away just hours after reaching the hospital. Later, police officers searched the family's former Mitchell's home, and they found the word death dabbled on the window. Detectives reportedly received a lead after another couple who owned money for drugs revealed that they received a call telling them that if they didn't pay, they would get what Tracey got. No one has ever been charged for her murder, which is quite sad, but Tracey should get the justice that she deserved. There's also a theory that Tracey was murdered in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, her on and off again partner Joey Cavanagh still lived at the house, and Tracey's family claimed that Joey was a drug user that owes people money, which led the theory that the two attackers had asked where Joey was, which makes sense because earlier I said that the two attackers asked where Joey was. But with this information, we can infer that the attackers were looking for Joey that day to settle a debt, but abducted and murdered Tracey to send him a message. Later in 2010 and 2012, Crime Watch features Tracey's case, and Joey Cavanagh denied being a drug user, but he did admit that he owed a lot of people money. Well, that was all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please like and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell so you guys are notified every time I upload. I'm uploading every single day until the 25th of December at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The other times are on the screen and as always down in the description below if you ever do forget. So make sure the bell is turned on so you guys are notified, and make sure you guys have your alarm set for 6 p.m. My TikTok, which is Queen Alexia _YT, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.